essential piece of equipment for summer fun is a good cooler. So today we're putting coolers to the test with our lifestyle expert, Shoana Jensen. Hello, Shoana.
Hey.
So you had some fun testing coolers for us, and there are a few things we need to think about overall before you get a cooler.
It is. It sounds funny, but the cooler world can be slightly overwhelming. Various price points, sizes, like what am I looking at? So here are the things you want to consider. Number one, the size. What do you want to put in it? Are you just going, with a six-pack to someone's barbecue, or are you going camping for an extended period of time?
Yeah.
What's your use? Next, price. How much do you want to spend? I mean, we're going from $14 to over $400 on these.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a big spread. Weight. Are you carrying that bad boy? Because how much does it weigh empty?
Yeah.
And if not, should it have wheels if what you need is too heavy?
Yeah.
And how are you going to use it? Is it going in the car only? Are you, like I said, carrying it? Are you putting it over your shoulder?
Yes.
Like how are you going to use it? So think of those four things and that'll give you direction.
Okay, very good. We had Shoana test out some coolers to see which performed best. Let's have a look.
Today is day one of the Ice Cooler Challenge. What I've done is I've selected 5 different coolers at all different price points between the sizes of 40 quarts and 52 quarts, so kind of around the same size. And I've filled each of them with the exact same thing. I've done 2 bags of ice on the bottom. I put 12 cans of pop down in that ice, layered 2 more bags of ice on the top, and closed them up. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to see how they do. Now, some of these coolers have big claims. One of them says it'll hold ice for up to 7 days. So we're going to check in and see which one performs the best.
Okay. So this is that. That was the test.
Yep.
All right, you put them to the test, and we'll see the results in a sec, but we want to talk through what the options were that you had.
Yeah, let me give you kind of the overview and the nitty-gritty of which ones we actually tested so you can see what we were dealing with.
Okay.
So we started at entry level, obviously, at the styrofoam, good old styrofoam cooler.
I didn't know they still made these.
Yeah, they do. Not overly easy to find, so they are definitely going out of fashion.
Yeah.
Which will bring me to one of my points. If you're buying this, make sure it's recyclable in your area. You know, not everywhere does styrofoam recycling, so if you're going to do this, make sure. It's 40 quarts, this one.
Okay.
It is, I made them all in quarts as opposed to liters or cans.
Yes.
They can be measured in different ways, so give it even ground.
Yeah.
So make them all for quarts for how much they hold. $14.99. Know that this, beyond the recycling thing, it also doesn't have a drain spout. So if you want to use it multiple days, you have to take everything out, dump the water, put the ice back in.
Yeah.
Just an important issue when you're dealing with it. And the weight, as I mentioned, this is not even 1 pound, of course, because it's styrofoam.
Yes.
Empty, okay? So that's what we were dealing with here. The next one was Coleman.
Yes.
This is the Coleman 48 quart chest. Like in the name of it, it holds 48 quarts. $61.33. All these ones are from Amazon. Just that's where I got all the pricing from.
Yeah.
$61.33 for price-wise. This one has a drain hole, so when it comes to draining out that water for your ice, it's on this side, sorry, but it has it, trust me. And the handle goes 2 ways on this one. So you can, if you want to hold it if it's heavy like this, or if you need it to spread, you can spread it like this.
Yeah.
That's like, again, goes with that usage. It's 7 pounds empty. Okay, not too bad.
Pretty light.
And then we'll get back to the performance of it. Next, we went to the IGLOO 52 quart.
Getting fancy.
We're getting fancy here. $138. Okay, it's got a drain hole. It also has UV inhibitors, okay? So that'll protect the cooler against the sun. So that'll help with the longevity of it.
Okay.
UV light will break down styrofoam faster if it even lasts that long in the first place.
Yes.
This plastic has got that. And empty, it is 16.5 pounds.
Okay. All right, getting heavy.
We're getting heavier, Yep. Next, we've got the Pelican. Industrial looking, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is no joke. Okay, Pelican Elite 45 4-quart wheeled cooler is the name of this. So if those who want to look it up, but again, from Amazon. 45 quarts. The price, okay, we got it on sale for $289 at the time I ordered it, but the average price everywhere else is about $480. So I just wanted to tell you what we paid was the $289, but it averages $480. So don't expect to necessarily find it in $289 or deal hunt for it.
Got it.
Then when it comes to its weight, remember the other ones? 37.25 pounds. Empty. Hence why there's wheels.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that the only one with wheels?
It's the only one with wheels. First one. Wheels, and back here you can see there's a handle because you've got to be able to. You're not carrying this once it's full. Okay. But it's got crazy amounts of bonuses and good things about it. We've got, so this one and the next one, they're roto-molded, so the plastic has actually been molded on rotation, so there's no cracks or holes or airs, so it should last forever.
Yes.
The we've got the locks. It's bear proof. Okay, so the other ones aren't great at bear proof.
Right.
This one is bear proof. So if you're
don't
a
even
camper,
laugh, people. They're my people. They're like, why should we be afraid of a bear?
Right? Yeah.
Because you're on a campground, right?
Yeah. The bears that I have in my life, I sleep with. They're cuddly. You know, they're my dog Murphy's toys. Yeah. The next one is the ever talked about right now. Very lots of hype and lots of chatter about the YETI.
Oh, it's so stylish.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're on Instagram, you scroll 3 times and you'll see a picture of a YETI.
Yeah.
So YETI Tundra 45 cooler. Okay. Size 45 quart, like the name. The price of it is $3.99.
Okay.
Here's what you need to know. This one is also roto-molded, so you've got this heavy duty plastic. Like, it's really going to withstand a lot, both of these ones. Also bear rated.
Yeah.
They've got a patented, this is like a silicone rubber type thing. That's what their hinge is, so you're not going to crack your, if the handles, if the levers are plastic, they could crack over time, they could break off. These won't, for example. And when it is empty, we're dealing with 22 pounds.
So it's not as, okay, good.
It's
I
not,
thought you were going to say it's heavier.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So it's not. So that's deal with 22 pounds.
Okay, really good.
Yeah.
We need to see how the cooler's performed now, so let's take a look.
So it's day 2 of the ice cooler challenge. Kind of have an idea of what I think they might be doing. I think some will have more ice than others, but let's see for a fact. So the styrofoam, starting with it, oh, it held up way more than I thought it would. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think this one would do as well. So that's great, that's a nice surprise. The Coleman, let's see how it does. Oh, this one's really good. This one's got a lot, oh look, even chunks of ice still. Whoa, look at all the ice. Oh, it's doing well. I mean, there's definitely water there in the bottom, but holy cow, that's impressive. Very good. Okay, let's keep going. There's some water in the corner here, so we'll get some water out when we measure it, but this looks brand new. This looks like fresh out of the bag. That's fantastic. Very impressive. And then the last one of the 5 that we're testing is the YETI. Oh, okay, these are all doing way better than I would have thought. As well, these ice cubes look almost fresh out of the bag. If I dig down, yep, there's a little water in the bottom here too. Here we are, day 3 of the ice cooler challenge, and we're gonna check in to see how they did. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drain the water out of each of the 5 coolers, measure how much water comes out, and that'll tell me how much ice melted. But first, let's take a look and see how they did. So we've got the styrofoam cooler. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised. It's almost 100% water. There's a couple of cubes floating on the top, but I'm not surprised on that. Okay, now Coleman next. Let's see how it did. Oh, that's pretty good. There's still quite a bit of ice. Lots of water, more water than ice for sure, but I think that's pretty respectable for 3 days. We go to the Igloo cooler. Let's check it out. Oh, even more ice. Oh, look, actually chunks still. Oh, this is very good. Well done, Igloo. And then Pelican. Oh, look at this. There is definitely water in here, but look, 3 days later and it still has so much ice. I mean, that's really, that one's really good. Okay, and last but not least in the test is the YETI. Let's see how you do, YETI. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, holy cow. Look how much ice is in here. Really, definitely water as well for sure, but a real abundance of ice. This is going to be a close call, I think, for the winner. So let's measure it up and see how they do.
Hey, I'm captivated now. I was like watching that while drooling. Does the YETI have wheels?
This model does not.
Okay, but they do have some with wheels.
Yeah, but like I said, I wanted to keep the size of them all consistent.
I get it.
It does not have wheels, no.
Because now I'm got my eye on that YETI.
Well,
it performed pretty well.
It did. Like, right? I'll go through. So let's get into the nitty gritty.
Let's get into it.
Okay. So as you saw, the our lovely styrofoam is a one-hit wonder.
Yes.
It had 1 ice cube by day 3. It was all water.
Yeah.
So its performance. Who would want this? less than a day. You're going to someone's
Yeah.
barbecue. You just want to keep a couple of pops cool during the
Yes.
barbecue or for transport. That's pretty much what you're getting out of this.
Got it.
But that's okay because it was a good price point. $15,
right.
$14.99. Okay, so then the Coleman. So this was pure water. So now I'll get into how much water we kind of got out of them. Okay, so the Coleman, as you saw, there was more water than there was ice.
Yes.
But there was still ice left, and I was impressed for the price point wise. I was impressed with how much was left in the 3 days.
Okay.
We got 37.5 cups of water out of this.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to mean more to you as I go along here. But this got 37.5 cups. So what are you doing here? This is a good picnic.
Yeah.
You're getting a solid full day out of this in the summer. Maybe an overnight, like in the morning, you might still have something a little chilly, but that's about it. You're not storing meat in this for days.
Got it.
You know,
Yeah.
but again, price point. You know,
60, it's about $60.
Yeah, it was
60?
$61.33. Okay, so we're here at the Igloo. So we're at 27 cups of water. So we're less. And then I put the cans of pop standing up, and it went about halfway up the pop. If that gives you a perception, like cups of water might be weird for people to understand. The pops were falling over in this one.
Yeah.
They were still standing up, and it went up, about an inch.
Halfway.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, about halfway of the can. And 27 cups of water came out of this. So for this one, you can get an overnight camping thing going on
Yes.
here. Definitely tailgating.
Yes.
You've got some really good options with this one. And again, at 138,
Yes.
I think that's pretty good for the
Yeah.
price point and the performance of it.
Yes, absolutely.
Excuse me. Okay, now we're down to the Pelican.
It's a freezer.
Yeah, it's a freezer, basically. Yeah, it performed extremely well. 18 cups of water came out of it.
Yes.
The cans were covered. They weren't floating, and they were covered. You could just see the very top, so I can't say 100%. I'm going like 98%, you know what I mean? Because I could see the silver in the top. So their claim of going 7 days, no doubt. If you rammed this full of ice and packed it properly and stuff, I actually believe that because that was 3 days, and it was still the full height of the cans.
Yes.
Okay, so good on the Pelican. So it's feeling like price point is dictating performance.
Totally.
For me. Now, one thing about this is, just to give you an idea before I get on to the last one, let's look at the depth of the insulation on, like, let's just randomly pick these two. So this is the Pelican. You see how thick this wall is?
Huge.
And now see how thick this wall is.
Yeah, it's thin.
For example. So you can see the insulation is very, very important in that. So it's something, again, to look at. Again, one of the tips, how do you use it? And then last but not least, with the YETI, we got 20 cups of ice. So they were not that far apart, in my opinion, because this one was 18 cups of ice, and this is 20 cups of ice.
Yeah.
And the one thing I found interesting, as you can see in the picture, the cans are still totally covered. So what it comes down to, like, who's the winner? I say it depends on the 4 tips that I was saying. It's
How
your
much do you
life.
want to spend?
You may not want to spend these dollars if your life is a $14 life.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
And that's okay, because or you don't have storage to store one of these bad boys.
This has been my life. So the $60 one. This is, I'm pretty sure we grew up on this one, and this is the one we have now, because it's like we need it for a day.
Totally.
And
So
it's light.
That's exactly it. So it's not about making any of these look not good or not buy. It's about what fits in your life, and will they perform how they say they will.
I want the pretty one. I want the
know
blue
the
one.
blue,
It's so
right?
pretty.
I know.
It's so nice.